Alright, everyone, so good afternoon. It is me again, Arlo P, back with another video recording. This time with Clash of Clans. Now, along with me is SoundCloud.com and all of the news websites available on Google. Once again, it is November 7th, 2023, 4:26 in the afternoon. Here first is Al Jazeera with no respite as Israel intensifies deadly South Gaza bombing, West Bank raids. Now, I would like to correct myself. It is respite, not respite. No respite. As Israel intensifies deadly South Gaza bombing, West Bank raids more than 10,000 Palestinians, most of them women and children, killed in 1 month of Israeli attacks on Gaza. Here is the article in just a few moments of this Sand UX design. Israeli bombardment across Gaza continues as war reaches 1 month mark, with at least 16 people killed overnight in an attack on Rafah. UN Chief Antonio Guterres says Gaza is becoming a graveyard for children as he renews demands to reach the elusive ceasefire. What's the Israel-Palestine conflict about? The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has claimed tens of thousands of lives and displaced many millions of people and has its roots in a colonial act carried out more than a century ago, with Israel declaring war on the Gaza Strip after an unprecedented attack by the armed Palestinian group Hamas. The world's eyes are again sharply focused on what might come next. For decades, Western media outlets have battled the question, what is your job? Academics, military experts, and world leaders have described the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as intractable, complicated, and deadlocked. Will UAE hurt Russia with export controls to please the US amid Israel's war on Gaza could lead to possible adjustments in the UAE's foreign policy with regards to export control measures after the Gulf nation came in the crosshairs of the US and the EU for its continued links to Russia. In early September, representatives from the UK, EU, and US visited the UAE to voice their concerns about the Gulf countries' links to Russia. But now, some possible adjustments in Abu Dhabi's foreign policy could slightly change the picture amid rising concerns that Israel's war on Gaza could spread across the region, yet taking cues from the West when it comes to relations with Russia would not be without certain risks for the UAE. Now, aftermath of the Israeli attack on Khan Yunis, as we reported a couple of hours ago, an Israeli attack targeted a house in the Al Qarara area east of Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip. Here is a video shared by journalist Ahmad Tabash showing the aftermath of the attack. Russia sends Israeli nuclear remark raises questions. Russia's foreign ministry sends a remark by an Israeli junior minister who expressed openness to the idea of Israel carrying out a nuclear strike on Gaza has raised a number of questions. Maria Zakharova, Russia's foreign ministry spokesperson, was quoted by state news agency RIA Novosti as saying that the main issue was that Israel appeared to have admitted that it had nuclear warheads. If so, Zakharov said that UN's nuclear watchdog and international inspectors should be on the ground. Israel does not publicly acknowledge it has nuclear weapons, though the Federation of American Scientists estimates Israel has about 90 nuclear warheads. Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian on Monday had called for the UN Security Council and the UN's nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency, to take immediate and uninterrupted action to disarm this barbaric and apartheid regime. Alright, now we will attend to this game just for a while. It has been a great update. Our town hall is now at level 12. This is COC once again giving you lots and lots of time. Now, if you are pressed for time, worrying for time, and needing more time, the place to go is online games, and COC is a great tempo refresher for those seeking finger relief in the world of mobile games and communities online that satisfy our social needs to remove our desire for greed and more wants and higher bottom line of expenses for daily survival. Yes, if you can't read properly as to how to affirm your place in your important people's lives, then you can find refuge not just in the physical world but in the online world as well. Alright, moving on, we have CBS News with WeWork, once one of the world's hottest startups, declares bankruptcy. WeWork, the formerly high-flying shared office space company that was once among the world's most valuable startups, filed for bankruptcy on Monday after years of deteriorating financial performance. To successfully achieve its goals, WeWork Incorporated and certain of its entities filed for protection under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code and intend to file recognition proceedings in Canada Under Part 4 of the Company's Creditors Arrangement Act, the CCAA recognition proceedings, the company said in a statement, WeWork's locations outside of the US and Canada are not part of this process, and urge you to work out and work on your physical body if you are in need of a purpose for today, for tomorrow, and for the rest of your life, as fitness is a very lucrative business as well. In addition to online games, everyone of course wants to look good when they have a need to interact with peers. Yes, Canada is a great place for working out and working on your body, as well as a great haven for pleasure of the senses and physical needs that greatly increase one's memories that are happy in nature of life. WeWork's collapse caps a startling decline for a company that was valued at $47 billion in early 2019 after a torrent of venture capital funding from Japan's SoftBank, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, and other blue-chip investors. Over time, its operating expenses soared, and the company relied on repeated cash infusions from private investors. WeWork leases buildings and divides them into office spaces to sublet to its members, which include small businesses, startups, and freelancers who want to avoid paying for permanent office space. The company began struggling right out the gate, however, because millions of Americans converted to remote work and no longer needed office space when mandatory COVID lockdowns were in place. WeWork said in its statement announcing the bankruptcy filing that its office spaces are still open and operational. The company said it is requesting the ability to reject the leases of certain locations which are largely non-operational, adding that all affected members have received advanced notice. In August, WeWork warned that it might not be able to survive over the next year because of factors such as financial losses and a need for cash. The company also said it's facing high turnover rates by members. Former WeWork founder and CEO Adam Neumann launched the company in April 2011. He was ousted in September 2019 as the co-founder of WeWork, who spent a decade building the business with an amazing team of mission-driven people. The company's anticipated bankruptcy filing is disappointing, Neumann said Monday in a statement. Now here we have World Health Organization with poliomyelitis. Polio mainly affects children under 5 years of age. 1 in 200 infection leads to irreversible paralysis. Among those paralyzed, 5 to 10% die when their breathing muscles become immobilized. Cases due to wild poliovirus have decreased by over 99% since 1988, from an estimated 350,000 cases in more than 125 endemic countries to just 2 endemic countries as of October 2023. As long as a single child remains infected, children in all countries are at risk of contracting polio. Failure to eradicate polio from these last remaining strongholds could result in a global resurgence of the disease in most countries. The global effort has expanded capacities to tackle other infectious diseases by building effective surveillance and immunization systems. In 1988, WHO Assembly adopted a resolution for the worldwide eradication of polio, marking the launch of the Global Polio Eradication initiative. All right. Here we go. We have Olive P on SoundCloud. That is me, of course. If you can get your own copyright on your music, then congrats to you. I am currently on a battle with copyright and its various restrictions on my time consumption. Yes, copyright has impeded many great videos to be on YouTube. When there's a Spotify song playing and you are recording, you cannot simply upload your video on YouTube, which is really a shame. Yeah, you can work on removing just the song in the video, which is something that YouTube has not yet done for me. It is almost impossible to remove only the song on my end here. Here we have tobacco. Tobacco kills up to half of its users who don't quit. Tobacco kills more than 8 million people each year. Thank you. Protesters rally around the world demanding immediate ceasefire in Gaza. In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinian. Thousands demonstrate in Washington, London, Berlin, Dakar. Yes, something I wish I had known as a child is to make an Excel sheet in google.com about all the transactions I'm making, as I did not know that the government is watching every move I make online, and that being qualified and chosen as a voice on the internet was something that was heavily monitored, and unbeknownst to me was data that was readily available to me had I written it down online. And I urge you to do the same if you want to be chosen faster in the game of less and less expenses for someone who wants to support you. So it's easy for a lot of these kids right now in my neighborhood. We have some guy named Gian Gonzaga and a girl named no, the girl is Gian Gonzaga and the guy is Jeb Gonzaga, and we have Jana as well as Jamaica from the Mira family, and of course Soy Soy. And some of these kids disappear. I don't know where the others went, so yeah, if you would be so kind, if ever they want to transfer, have a home ready for them that will allow them to fulfill their dreams, whatever they want to be, other than being hugged by a very annoying person. That is me. Which is something that many kids cannot. So congrats to you guys. Moving on, we have burns. So the main concerns of WHO are burns, polio, and tobacco, as well as suicide and non-communicable diseases such as heart attacks, cancer, lung disease, diabetes, and palliative diseases. Yes, I am surrounded by old people as well. So, if you would be so kind as to support people who are managing your grandparents' comments that are greatly traumatizing my mental health, but not lethal on my end so far. So I guess thank you. As my SoundCloud track says, I believe the Indians called it bad medicine. So this is also brought to you by any musical studio that supports Spotify fame and concert tickets that allow friends to gather and spend. That money will flow very easily and predictably. Hello to December Avenue, who is visiting Malay Balai very soon. And thank you for Teeth for coming here in CDO, as well as Taylor Shish, the drag queen, and as well as Lola Amor. We love you guys. Thank you for visiting. And hello to DJ Lunio as well. DJ RD, no RB, no RZ, no R parentheses X minus Y close parentheses X minus Y negative 2A or ABAC over I already forgot the factorial equation. What is it called? If you can't find the x naturally, you have to use the formula called, I even forgot the quadratic equation. Yes, the quadratic equation. This is brought to you by the quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And in the shortcut form, it is x equals negative b plus minus square roots of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So that's how you find your x. And I also do Snapchat. Thank you for accompanying me in my sister's wedding. And I will also be confirming their bond in Singapore this time as a civil servant, brought to you by the Civil Service Commission. Yes, also brought to you by Mobile Legends, who apparently considers freelancers as the bottom of the job levels, which I am also, but I'm also a civil servant. So see you in Mobile Legends. I am going to have to level up Bruno, one of my favorite marksmen, and of course Odette, my favorite mage as of the moment. Yes, I do need some diamonds, but not everyone has cash right now, so yeah, I love Mobile Legends. I can't get enough of it. It's just really fast, really colorful. Yeah. Mobile Legends, uniting South Asia. Alright, more news around the world. This time with CNN here. We have the world is turning against Israel's war in Gaza, and many Israelis don't understand why. Yes, This is brought to you by falafels, pita bread, and hummus. If you can buy from a Middle Eastern restaurant today in order to displace war-torn families that can cook. So if you can't cook, then cook. Because that's how people live. They eat food. Yum, yum, yum. Yoav Peled says he has stated, wondering if the world has gone mad, sitting outside the Kirya, Israel's equivalent of the Pentagon in Tel Aviv. Peled was cutting pieces of yellow ribbon of a large weed last Thursday, handing them out to strangers passing by. The band symbolized solidarity with the roughly 240 hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. It is this solidarity, and specifically whether it still extends beyond Israel's borders, that Peled was questioning. I used to consider myself part of the extreme liberals, whatever they call themselves, but when I see demonstrations with cries in support of Hamas and stuff like that, I doubt that the world understands complexity. And when they can't understand complexity, they see this as a one-sided thing, and their sense of justice is very simple, but it's not simple. I told CNN, I think the governments understand this, but the people, I don't know. Now, I would be in Talent Tales right now. I have to collect my daily talent card here, because this is if ever you want to find solidarity in someone who has a low budget PC. Talent Tales Ragnarok, brought to you by the late 90s group of techies here, would ask you to simplify your PC and fund requirements, as the world is slowly needing more and more of Valorant ready PCs, and sometimes things happen, such as wars, that destroy PCs like this, and they just have nowhere to land in terms of getting that in the interactive online world. Now, I get it. I get it. I said, bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous than dead. Don't you care? With the Will Byers conspiracy theory. Alrighty, brought to you by Netflix. Yes, I love me some Netflix. Yum, yum, yum. As you may know, if you can't speak English, my offer from call center agencies as a bachelor started at 13,000 for teleperformance, even with a non-voice account. So if you can practice your typing skills speed, that would be quite great for you and your family. For 13,000 a month, that's quite a lot. So good luck to you. And for the second company that I applied to, it was 9,000 for a non-voice account. Yes, so good luck to you, your dialect coach, and whoever is gonna get you inside a call center agency. Once again, this is Olupi saying, if he love you, then you better milk it. If he don't punch you in the face, then you better start reading books, because telepathy is so fun when you're able to read properly, as well as know the Cartesian plane.